I'm telling you. Let's see. Mark, what's up, man? Good to see you yesterday.
Great to be there. Had a good time.
Absolutely. I probably stopped you for about an hour and a half from getting home, but it was great to catch up for sure.
Not a problem.
Absolutely. Andy, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on. Let's see who else I missed.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. Mr. Spagala. Good morning, buddy.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Hello. Let's see. Let me make sure. Good morning, Natasha. Got you. Brandon, what's up, man? I'm gonna start calling you MLB.
Morning. What's that?
MLB. That's your new
name. No good. How are you?
I'm very good. Better now. Ramon, good morning, my friend. Let's see, we got people jumping on here. Let's see. Good morning, Ramon. He's probably fighting with the kids. Let's see. Got Natasha already. Got a couple more people joining. Good morning, Amy. Amy Jenkins already said good morning to Amy Hillier. So let's see.
Good morning.
Good morning, girl. Salazar, good morning. Let's see. Kaylee Eves. Guys, good morning, buddy. First dial session, you guys. First dial session yesterday. Kaylee crushed it. 10 appointments set. Absolutely fantastic job. We see you, Ramona. Absolutely. Well done. Well done. That's your first dial session. I hate to see what you're going to do moving forward. Good morning, Christy. We see your hand clap up there. And then Ryan, I think that's Ryan V, I think. But if it's not, I apologize. But if it is, good morning, Ryan. All right. So we're going to go around just to let you guys know. We have Mike Torrenti. Hopefully I said that right, Mike. That's going to be training us or giving us some information and knowledge here on all things Royal Neighbors, which is my company in my hometown, good old Rock Island, Illinois, where it's freezing already, but 21 degrees. So Mike's going to be going over some stuff and allow you guys to ask some questions and all that. When we have, people that come on that want to pour in us, guys, make sure we ask, questions, but questions that make sense. Because obviously we have these things we get off and then you guys start asking us questions. We got the expert here. Let's just make sure we're utilizing his time because he's doing a million other things. And then after that, we'll go through our typical protocol of recognition, making sure you guys know there's some upcoming things going on and make sure you guys are aware of, and then going from there. So let's go ahead and start with Mark. Mark, any good news for yourself and good life?
Was able to spend some time at the office yesterday with Natasha and a new recruit, so that was great. Kind of had a grinder type week, but was able to throw up some decent numbers. The team's continuing to grow and get better, so just excited about what the future holds, end of the year especially.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Again, great to see you guys yesterday. I think your team's going to start doing some stuff up here in St. Louis as well, so we're here to support them, as you know. All right, Pitch, you're up. Any good news?
Well, yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm just real quick. Tomorrow, I've had a ton of success talking, community leaders and different things. I was telling Corey about this. I'm going to be sponsoring a seminar tomorrow here in Atlanta area, establishing wealth and building legacies in the Black community. So I'll be doing that, and we got about 40, 50 people coming to the lecture, and a young lady from Mutual of Omaha is going to be helping me do the seminar as well. She's a wealth of knowledge. Like I said, I was talking to Corey about that and talking about doing some things with that too. So I'm really excited about that. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, good stuff. Appreciate it. All right, Renee, you're up.
So as far as me and my starting to grow team, I've got a couple of interviews in the works, and we've got one girl that's on. She's doing her training right now, and I think she's going to do great things. She's super inspired by the story she's been saying. I think that everybody's really pushing right now, and it's going to be important for us to all stay consistent right now because of the holidays coming in. So the weather change, just take advantage of as many Zoom appointments as you can. Just remember, you're going to have to book probably double the appointments that you can do in the home, but that gives you more opportunities to be able to help more families. So the more appointments you get set, the better. This might be a time for you to give live transfers a try. I had my first one this week, and I have an appointment with him this week, and the live transfers tend to know what they really want right out of the gate, or they're open to talking right then and there on the phone. So why not get the phone sale right then and there?
Great point. And I know I don't want to say we're streaky from a company standpoint, but it's like, oh, everybody's doing live transfer. So everybody dives in. There's over 7,000 agents that write business every month. So then we flood the market, and then the live transfer goes up. So again, before you guys do anything, especially new agents, make sure you check with your business partner, or hell, you can reach out to me. I don't care, but make sure before you start venturing out into some of those things, you call and you ask questions. We've got all kinds of upper level, if you will, executives and resources that can actually make sure that you are diving into the right places. If there's a resource from a lead standpoint that you're thinking, hey, nobody's ever seen or heard of this, ask one of us. I guarantee you somebody here at FFL has either used them, has some type of review on them. So don't waste your money. That's why we're here, at least be able to guide you from that standpoint. Since Renee brought up the live transfer, I want to make sure we make sure you guys understand how that works very quickly. Live transfer, you put yourself in a queue, you bid. 99% of the time you're bidding for it. And if there's more people in there, the bid, just like an auction, goes up. I've seen bids as high as $160, $170, $185 per lead. There was a new agent that came to the office yesterday that's on someone else's team. She was trying to do live transfer. She was used to work at a company that's all they did over the phone, but she said it was not a good experience. But what she said with live transfer, she was recently looking into it. And what she's seen is it was up to $220. One of the vendors, it was $220 per lead. I'm sorry. I know it's nice to be able to sit at home and work, but I'd rather go call somebody and go see them. Here's the other thing about that. And then I'm going to go over to Ramon if you can talk, Ramon. I'm sure you got your hands full. When you call, when you're dialing the leads, and I got this from Brandon Kitching, somebody's doing $55,000, $60,000 a month on his own pen, plus what his team's doing. I think he's executive VP here now. When you're calling, give them the options. Let them tell you how to be closed. Hey, we can do this over the phone right now. We can set up a Zoom, or we can set up, I prefer to meet with you face to face. Which works best for you? They're telling you how to close them. So use that from that instance. So you don't necessarily have to have live transfer. You can use your existing leads you have right now and use them as a live transfer if you get somebody on the phone. Hopefully that makes sense. Anybody leadership have anything to add to that? Because I know everybody's kind of experimenting and doing things. Any leadership have anything to add to that before we transition to Ramon?
I have no experience with it myself.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I invested $1,000 with Datalot, just so you guys know. I invested $1,000 with Datalot. They gave a $200 bonus, so there was $1,200 there. I turned it on when I'd go to the office. I turned it on, and in 2 days, I got 3 calls. And my bids were at $85 a lead. You do the math. So a lot of times, I know, Tim, you said it, I'm not going to sit there and wait for my phone to ring. I'm going to go make it happen. And I agree with you. So do it what you must. We just want to make sure that you guys are understanding what's out there, what's available to you. But we also don't want you guys to blend through money when you could, use that as a better resource someplace else. All right, Ramon, if you can, any good news from yourself and your team? Thanks, Renee.
Hey, good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
So it's obviously the holidays and stuff. I think it was brought up in the Velocity Zoom meeting yesterday. I forget who said it, but I've been pretty bad about reaching out to family. So I'm going to make sure with all these family events that I'm going to reach out to them and make sure they have coverage, something in place. I've never had the conversation, but why not take these events to do that? And then I also had one of my recruits from last week kind of disappeared on me, and then he just texted me last night saying he had a family emergency. So I'm excited to call him today and help him out again.
Awesome. Good stuff. Ramon, hopefully you and your family are feeling better, and appreciate the good news from you and your team. All right, my friend, last but certainly not least, Vilo, you're up.
Yeah, man, just I had a pretty decent week last week. A few of us went out there to Phoenix, and guys, I'm telling you, come Miami, Yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not trying to come across as a jerk or anything like that, but if you ain't going to Miami, from what I got from Phoenix, along with like Kaylee and Brandon and Mariana and so on and so forth, if you don't have that booked on your calendar to go to Miami, you ain't that serious about what you're doing, period. So guys, I mean, if you want to take your business, ramp it up, that's where you got to be. I mean, the event was awesome. It was action packed, just kept rolling through real quick. I know, you know, I was able to connect with a lot of people that you see on Slack and had some really good conversations with some folks between sessions and stuff. So, but no, man, just weather was great out there, and excited to see, you know, with some things going on with some new folks down in Mark's group with Kaylee and Ryan. And it's good to meet Brandon and his bride as well. So, other than that, man, just it's going to be a great weekend, and guys, don't let the Thanksgiving holiday slow you down. I mean, all more the reason there are going to be people traveling, all more the reason to get this taken care of now. So back to you, my man.
Yeah, it's one of the deadliest holidays. I hate to say that, but it's true. It's one of the deadliest holidays of the year is Thanksgiving, and it's because people are traveling all over the place. So what better time? And think about it, people are going to be home. People are going to be relaxed. People are going to be chilling. So I know, and I can say it because we used to work there, but combined, this was always one of the bigger times of the year. Always. Tim, I know you remember that. Amy, you probably remember that. It's always the bigger times of the year. Thanksgiving, they put programs in place and people ended up having their best weeks, best months ever. Another one is New Year's and Christmas and those kind of things. So I just want to make sure that our paradigm is in the right place. If you shut your business down starting Thanksgiving through January, you will end up going someplace else and finding a job and punching a clock. We tell the truth here. What happens is it's hard to get started back up. And if you take 2 or 3 weeks off, it's hard to get back started. It just is. So Ramon, thanks for bringing that up. Tim as well. I actually had Thanksgiving written down in my notes here. This is the time where sometimes people will just shut it down. Don't do that to your business. Don't. I'm begging you, don't do that because it's hard to get started back up. So appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Leadership. I would, before we swing to our guest, Mike, today, let's see. I think Kaylee, if you can, I'm not sure what type of spot that you're in right now. If you don't mind talking a little bit, taking 30, 45 seconds to talking about what you experienced at launch, because you just started here. You just had your first dial day yesterday. Congratulations for crushing it. What did you get out of launch, if you can?
Yeah, I had a really good time at launch. I feel like before I went, I had a pretty good idea of what I was getting into, and I was pretty confident that this was something I was going to be able to do. But after meeting with people and like seeing people in real life that are progressing so well, and then seeing people on stage kind of piece everything together, I think everything just connected for me, if that makes sense. So I think it was a really good thing to do.
Awesome. We appreciate you taking the time, the funds, the energy, staying away. I think you got a new baby. Forgive me if I'm misspeaking. You got a new baby and you took the time to, buckle down, figure it out and get yourself out there. And I'm not saying it inspired you to set 10 appointments, but that's a heck of a start. So congratulations. Thank you for taking the time and going out there and doing that. And who knows who you'll inspire here coming up here this next week. So yeah. Let's see. MLB, I think you were there as well, yourself and Randy. You mind telling us what you got out of launch?
Yeah, I mean, the same as Kaylee. It was awesome to see, everybody's having a great time, and the pastor Matthew. It was very cool how, we donate to him, just what he's done with that Dream City freaking hospital in California. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, it was just cool. It was cool to see. I mean, obviously I'm sure a lot of people are skeptical of if it's real, the money and stuff like that. But it was cool to see it's, these guys are real. You see them on Slack and stuff. But yeah, I mean, and it got my wife pumped up, which was crazy. Awesome. I didn't think he was going to do that, but she's pumped. So yeah, it was awesome. You guys definitely should sign up for Miami. That's going to be even better. So thanks.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you're there and glad you took the time and thanks for pouring back into us and letting us know your experience. Tim, I know I forgot 1 or 2 people, if you don't mind. Is anybody else there?
Yeah, Mariana.
I know she's on here somewhere. Mariana, you mind? Oh, there she is on the screen. You want to tell us kind of what your experience was? That was your first convention, right?
Yes. I went to a sales conference a couple weeks prior to that. But convention was awesome. It just got me fired up even more. And I'm excited for Miami. Miami is going to be crazy. If you guys can get there, seriously, go. It will change your business. It's totally worth it. But Pastor Matthew and what he said was just awesome. But yeah, it was great, and I'm looking forward to Miami.
Yeah, so am I. Get you guys, go ahead and get your stuff booked early. Make sure that you'll see it on here. We talk about it every single week. We'll post it on Slack. I think it's fflconvention.com. We're going to be where the Florida Marlins play at, which is a beautiful stadium. It's one of the baseball stadiums I haven't been to yet, so I'm excited about that. But get yourself registered, get your hotels and stuff booked early. Looking forward to us getting together as a team. So it'll be awesome for us to kind of break bread together, get together as a team. Some of you guys that haven't met each other have a chance to meet each other, etc. So thank you guys for that. Before we, I'm going to do one thing, just a real quick recognition things. I know some of you guys will slide right after Mike's gone. She is, 13 weeks in a row. This is the 13th week, but I want to give, I know we did with Gregory a couple weeks ago, but Mariana is 13 weeks in a row. So she has earned her Queen of String, and she has submitted in 12 weeks. Now, I haven't included a penny this week. She wrote yesterday, $40,552 with 39 families help submitted in 13 weeks. So you do the math on that. Mariana, congratulations for being our next Queen of String. Yeah, it'll be mailed out to you, and then we'll get the placard mailed out to you as well. But obviously, got to finish up week 13, right? So congratulations to you. So very cool. All right. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and make you the host, Mr. Torrenti. Mike Torrenti, I'll let him do his own introduction. Got to find him on there. There he is. Gonna make him the host. Mike represents a company called Royal Neighbors. It's not a company that we write a lot, but they have a lot of great resources. And what tipped me into Royal Neighbors, even though I've heard the name and been around it my whole life because it's in my hometown, Tim Bilo, when we first started, didn't have a whole lot of carriers and wanted to make things happen. So he went out and got Royal Neighbors and wrote his first, I think, 2 or 3 applications with them to get started. From that standpoint, I think they have a niche and a fit in a market or niche, however you say it, have a fit in the market. And we want to make sure we're providing you guys with every arrow that we can to help your clients and to build your business. So Mike, if you want to give just a quick introduction of, how long you've been with Royal Neighbors, and then the floor is yours, my friend. So thanks, Mike, for being on.
Certainly. Thank you. And for those of you that were here last week in town, welcome to the Valley. Thank you for coming down and enjoying our fine weather. It is not like that year round. I just want to point that out. The summers are brutal. So, but I hope you all had a great time. It does sound like definitely an energizing conference that you attended. So Royal Neighbors, I've been with Royal Neighbors for over 10 years now. We actually moved down. So Corey and I were chatting beforehand about the weather in Rock Island. And I told him I moved down from Sioux Falls, South Dakota in 2009. And I began my career with Royal Neighbors in 2010, 2011. So at that time, it was really interesting. We were a really small carrier. And from there, we have just continued to grow and grow and grow. So unique history, unique structure, insurance with the difference is what we refer to it as. So Royal Neighbors was actually founded in 1895 by 9 visionary women in Council Bluffs, Iowa. And for those of you that don't know where Council Bluffs is at, it's right across the river from Omaha, Nebraska. So at that time in 1895, there were very few educational opportunities for women. They couldn't vote, they couldn't own property, they couldn't really do much anything, and they certainly didn't have the life insurance opportunities. So they formed the foundation of what we know as Royal Neighbors today. Shortly after the turn of the century, re-domiciled to Rock Island, Illinois, where the home office has been ever since. We do have a satellite office or a sales office here in Mesa, Arizona. And just really, you're working with a not-for-profit. So it's a it's a different structure than maybe some of the other carriers that you work with in the past. So what is insurance with a difference? Well, insurance with a difference is a multitude of things. Being founded by women, obviously our mission is centered around protecting women financially and those that they love. Our members, each of you, after you sell your first piece of business, become a member within the society. So you have access to the member savings, the member benefits, and all the social good that we do. I apologize. I just realized this financial strength slide is an old slide. It was not updated for this presentation. But last year, even during the pandemic, our 2020 financial strength, AM Best ranked us A. And that is the third highest out of the 13 offerings that they do offer. So we went from A- with a positive outlook to a A-rated carrier. And that for us was really huge. After everything that we did to get where we're at, AM Best came in and recognized that, and we're super proud of that. So not only were we supposed to celebrate our 125th anniversary, but also to celebrate the A rating, COVID hit. So our big celebrations, unfortunately, were put on hold. So our social good for us, it is about being involved in the local community and making a difference in the local community. We had over $17 million worth of social good impact in the local communities. And that's a combination of the volunteer hours from our over 200,000 members, made up of a chapter network, over 220 chapters throughout the US. It's the amount of time that is donated and also the financial impact from everything that we do. Our flagship program is our Nation of Neighbors Women Empowerment Grant Program. We award over $100,000 for women that are making a difference in your local community on an annual basis. Our scholarship program, which actually just is getting ready to kick off here, over $175,000 in scholarships were awarded, and that's for the traditional and non-traditional students. So again, with the impact in the local community, there's a couple different organizations that we've come involved with here in the Mesa area. The first, obviously, is the local food pantry. And every year, there's a big sporting event for the NFL. I believe they refer to it as the Patriots Bowl or something. That's a joke. Super Bowl. So what we did with the Super Bowl, in correlation with the Super Bowl, is we started in our local chapter gathering up canned goods, soup and canned goods, and taking those into the local food pantry. Well, our Rock Island, our home office, also liked that idea so much that they did the same in their local community. So not only did we start with it here in Mesa, but we expanded it back into the home office. So definitely something good that we're very proud of. Now, our member savings, over $1.4 million have been saved by our members. Again, after you sell your first piece of business, you become a member. Your clients are members. We offer legal services. We have a free simple will with annual updates that are available to, again, you and your clients. Prescription drug discounts, 30 to 60% savings at your Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, etc. Dental, vision. For me, I get 30% off if I were to order my eyewear at my optometrist. So she is part of the network. So I use my vision insurance for my appointment, and then I can turn around and use my member savings for my eyewear. One of the biggest things that really is kind of shocking is our newest member savings, and that's our telehealth. In COVID environment, I know that a lot of people and even a lot of physicians were doing everything more remote. Well, we rolled out the telehealth for $38 per visit. This is something that just came out this year. You can get your treatment via Zoom, WebEx, whatever it is, virtual meeting with your doctor, cold, sinus infection, allergies, etc. Obviously, a broken bone or something like that, you're not going to really want to do telehealth, but this service is available. Again, the $38, it's cheaper for me to use the telehealth visit through my member savings than it is through my health insurance, if you can believe that. And we've got good health insurance, so it's kind of crazy. Now let's get into our product portfolio. For us, all of the products that we offer are easy to understand and easy to acquire. Okay, we've got multiple ways with our final expense, our simplified issue, and graded death benefit where it's available. Multiple ways to purchase for the client. We have our JET products. Those are e-app only. That's our JET term and our JET whole life. So when you access our agent portal, you're going to log into the agent portal. The first thing that you see on the agent portal is going to be your dashboard and your dials. Where am I at with the quality of business? Now we do quality of business reviews twice a year. If you are not meeting the minimum quality of business, unfortunately, you will be terminated. So you do have those metrics right there on your dashboard. Again, you can see right there as well, the member savings, the telehealth. So down in that marketing well, you're going to see the marketing well there. So accessing the e-apps, on the left-hand side of the screen, you have your application submission tools. So you'll click on the application submission tools, or right across the top, you also have the final expense e-app and the JET e-app right there for you as well.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Pause you for just a second. Thank you, by the way. So you don't have to click back to the slide, but the telehealth.
Yes.
Does someone have to have healthcare, already have an existing healthcare plan in order for them to qualify for that telehealth?
No, they will just get a doctor within the telehealth network.
Okay. So as long as they have one of your products, life insurance programs, let's say, they
Correct.
can use that telehealth, and it's $38 per.
Correct.
Okay, got it. The second question I have is, just so I want to make sure people understand this. The very first application they write with Road Neighbors has to be done on paper, and then you get appointed, correct? And I'm sure you're going to cover that later.
There are two different ways to go about it. The one, we do ask for a paper application, which right now is only for the final expense product. If you are looking to write the JET term or the JET whole life, that has to be done in person and through the e-app. So you do need an agent number in order to access the agent portal to do that e-app. So what in those cases, what we do is I ask for that contracting to be submitted and for you to notify us that they do have an e-application, a JET e-application to complete, and I can get that contracting paperwork expedited.
So the first one that somebody's going to write, though, that's, I know what I just mentioned. That's the second way, which you mentioned. So we have, because we wouldn't know if we're going to even write you guys unless we're in a situation.
Sure.
And you guys are a good fit, which you're going to tell us what a good fit is here in just a few minutes. But that first application can be your simplified issue, your SIWL product. I believe I said that right.
Yes.
That product, which is your simplified issue final expense product via paper. Once that's done, then the application process for the agent starts. That person's approved, and then they have access to your virtual process here.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Does anybody have any questions about that? That is kind of unique. And we want to make sure you guys understand that it's not the standard digital process at first, but once you submit your first piece of business and get appointed, then you can move forward. Go ahead.
So how long does that process take?
Go ahead.
Corey, how long does that process take if you do the paper app?
Mike?
The contracting process is about a 5-day. They're at about 5 days right now. The application process on the paper app is you'll submit that paper application. We'll do the phone interview. We'll schedule the phone interview with the client. We'll complete the phone interview. We'll process that application. So I'm going to say 2 days on that.
But that application will not be made live until you are appointed as an agent, correct, Mike?
Correct.
So guys, I just want to make sure everybody understands that process. Mark, before you ask your question, Chester, did that answer yours?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it.
Not
So
really.
you're going to,
I mean, what I'm asking is,
submit your application.
how long, what's the turnaround for the client?
2 days.
How long are they waiting?
There-
So is every application with a telephone interview?
No, we'll get to that, but that's with the paper app, there always is a phone interview process.
Thank you.
Certainly.
2 days, Chester, or everybody, 2 days. Once that application is submitted, they're going to do that. They're going to do a phone interview with the client on your first app. And then it's going to take about 5 days on average for you to get appointed. Understand, your client is not, even if they're approved, they're not going to go issue until you are approved as an agent to write business with Royal Neighbors. So I want to make sure everybody's clear and understands that. Mark, I think you had a question. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I've got it right. So if the only time it has to be a paper app on the first submission is if it's your standard whole life. If we use the Jet products, that's an e-app, correct?
That is correct.
So, but we can't submit an e-app until we get a writing number, correct?
That is correct.
So basically, if we have somebody that is a good fit, we kind of put the brakes on the presentation in the home, maybe gather some information, go back to you or someone an admin at Royal Neighbors to get the contracting started.
Yes, you'll get the contracting rolling through FFL. They can get the contracting rolling, submitted, notify me, and I can ask for that contract to be expedited.
Okay. So,
Now,
as we learn
here's
your product better, we'll see when that opportunity arises, and then we go start the contracting process.
Sure.
I suppose. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
So I'm going to throw this caveat out there just to make sure, because I'm sure you guys are thinking this. I would be if I were an agent. If you get declined for whatever reason, if you get to, just want to make sure we're going full circle here. If you get declined as an agent, that client cannot get that Royal Neighbors policy. Is that correct, Mike?
That it could be rewritten under a different agent.
Correct. So you as the agent, if you get declined appointment with Royal Neighbors, it either has to be rewritten through an agent that's appointed or that will go through the appointment process, or you'll have to find another carrier to pivot to. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. So if you're not appointed, you can't sell the product. Go ahead.
I have a question. It's Amy, by the way. So who do we call if we have the e-app? Do we call you or do we call the home office? Because I'd already consulted with you guys about doing contracting, but this is the first I heard about the e-app opportunity. So who do we call to do that?
So you would notify me that you have an e-app to do, but you would also notify FFL contracting to submit your contracting.
Okay.
So Amy Hilliard, you'd have to go through Amy Jenkins. So make sure you send her a Slack that you want to get set up with Royal, and then we'll go through the process because we as agents cannot reach out directly to home office.
Okay.
I'm using FFL terminology as FFL umbrella. So sorry about that.
Absolutely. No. You're good. You're good. What you said was spot on. Any more questions? Go for it. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
I just wanted to know, so after you go through all this process, what is the turnaround time before you as an agent actually receive a commission check?
Did you hear that?
I did.
That quick. We pay next day.
Oh, you pay next day? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he heard your snap, Mike.
I heard snap, but I didn't make the correlation. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That quick.
Perfect.
So basically, guys, daily pay.
So my question is, you said that the application can be approved within 2 days, and then it could take 5 days before the agent gets approved. What happens if it gets approved in 2 days and 4 days in, something happens and that individual passes away? Are they still covered or are they not? I mean, I understand that it's not live, but if they're approved, I guess that's my question.
That's a great question. That is something I will definitely need. I don't want to give the legal answer on that. So I am going to follow up on that and I will get back to Corey with that answer.
Thank you.
That's
I know the answer to that question, but I'm not going to answer. It is a great question. I'm going to wait until you get back to me, Mike, and then I'll spread it to the team.
Certainly.
Hey man, real quick here. Mike, Tim Bilo, by the way. Appreciate you being on here. Guys, all I did was I got a Royal Neighbors paper app when I got started here. I went and filled it out and I faxed it into them. And then, like Corey was saying, contact Amy, let them know. And that's really all you have to do. If that makes sense, just get you a paper app on the whole life side or the final expense side, fill it out, send it in, let Amy know, and they'll take care of the rest, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not as complicated, guys, as we're making it. I wanted to open up the questions. I figured this would be the biggest part of the questions because it is a little bit more unique than what we're used to. We're all creatures of habit. We want it simple, we want it easy, and we want it electronic. But just wanted to make sure you guys understand how this process works with Real Neighbors so that you're not fumbling and stumbling through it if you have a client that Real Neighbors is a good fit for. So we just wanted to do that. Mike, floor is yours, man.
Okay, so back to the e-apps. We're going to talk about our JET products first, and then we'll go into our simplified issue. So with our JET products, our JET term and our JET whole life, both of these are available in pretty much every state. We're in 44 different states in the US. So the JET term product, 15, 20, and 30 years, $50,000 minimum on the JET term. This is e-app only, has to be done face-to-face. Same with the JET whole life. We have our level pay option and our 20 pay option available, $25,000 minimum on the product. We do offer a youth product, which does begin at $10,000 and goes up to just under $50,000 for coverage. Now, conversion on the JET term, this is convertible to a whole life product. So if at the initial risk class, so if the client is issued the JET term product and has a health condition and is no longer insurable, they can still convert that JET term product to the whole life product at the initial rate class. It will be at attained age, but again, at initial risk class. Your JET whole life, again, this does say it is convertible to term, and that is correct. The only caveat with this is it has to be a $50,000 minimum because that's the minimum on the JET term. When would a client convert something to a term plan if they have a permanent plan? Well, COVID. Let's take a look at that. What was the impact of COVID on the job market? What's one of the first things to go once somebody loses their job? Their insurance. So if I'm able to take a whole life plan and convert it to a term plan, lower their premium and still keep the face amount in force, that's a win-win for both me and for the client. Okay. So again, JET term and JET whole life are fully convertible at initial risk class at attained age. So with this, anywhere where you see accelerated, we do not require a paramed. Again, this is straight through processing with the e-app. You're looking at up to age 50, we go up to 500,000, no paramed exam required. Up to age 60, we go up to 250,000, no paramed exam required. So we're going to take the answers from the questions that you do enter in. These are fully underwritten products. JET is fully underwritten. So we do have a height weight chart. There are medical impairments that obviously we're not going to choose or to insure. If you do have a question about any impairment that the client has or meds that they're possibly taking, you've got direct access to our underwriting department where you can review with the underwriter prior to submitting that application. We want to make sure that your experience with us is a good experience and that you've got the ability to pick the right product for the right client. So you always have direct access to the underwriters. So those are the two JET products. The only other paper application we have outside of the simplified issue is our single premium whole life. Now, I'm not sure if you're writing any single premium, but this is great for risk transfer, or excuse me, wealth transfer. We base our underwriting on the net amount at risk. So the difference between what the premium is and what the coverage would be is going to be your net amount at risk. So we take a minimum of a $5,000 premium. We go up to 200,000. We have issue ages from 45 to 80 with the product. Again, this is excellent for idle money sitting in a passbook savings that's not doing anything. CDs that are coming due, old cash value insurance, where they don't want to pay any further premiums, they still want to have some coverage, you can 1035 exchange into the single premium, a Royal Legacy single premium. This is a paper application only. So again, the two paper apps are going to be your SPWL, your single premium whole life, and your SIWL, your simplified issue whole life. So with the simplified issue, we have 3 different ways to purchase the product. You can do it via paper application, which you will do for your first app. Your next will be your phone interview. You can conduct a phone interview with the client, do it over a 3-way call. And we also have an e-app available with the product. That, again, with the e-app, has to be done face-to-face. All signing processes with an e-application have to be done face-to-face. Your simplified issue does begin at $7,000 for the minimum face amount, and we do go up to $30,000. Again, the application, questions 2 through 7 are knockouts. Questions 8 and 9 would result in the graded plan, where graded is available. At this time, there are only 3 states that we have the graded plan available in: Florida, Connecticut, and North Dakota. So those are the only 3 places due to COVID that we've got the graded plan available. With the product changes with COVID as well, there is a supplemental questionnaire. So it's a 4-question supplemental questionnaire regarding COVID. That is not going to necessarily result in a decline. It's going to result in a postponement. So we won't take the application at that time. We're going to postpone for 90 days. Okay. Again, if you use the e-app or voice signature process, the supplemental questionnaire is included. If you're using the paper app, you will need to get a copy of that COVID questionnaire as well. Again, 3 ways to submit the application with the simplified issue: e-app or phone app. You're going to have the instant decision on both of those. And then the paper application. Paper application will require the phone interview process later. Now with the e-app, when you're completing the e-app, again, you have to be face-to-face with the client. So it's going to ask you right on the screen, are you present? Okay. And it's going to go right through the questions on the e-application with the client. So make sure that anything that is done via electronic application, you are meeting face-to-face.
With the phone app, excuse me, the phone app, are we, how are we processing a phone app? Are we like filling out the e-app as we go along on the phone kind of situation? How are we doing the phone app?
No, the only thing you would have with the phone app is just the questions that are asked on the application. There's nothing to turn in. There's nothing to submit. Everything's done via voice signature process.
So are we calling Royal Neighbors directly and asking to do a phone app?
You're going to actually call our third-party vendor and connect with them to do the phone application. So that when they just deliver the disclosure form, they can either email the disclosure form, they can text the disclosure form to the client if you're not present with the client, or they can read it out loud. I don't recommend having it read out loud just because it's going to add to the length of the call.
Okay.
Is Zoom considered face-to-face?
Zoom right now is not considered face-to-face. Face-to-face is literally in the same room face-to-face. That's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up.
I have a question. This is Sarah Kay, by the way. So you said that the jet whole life can be converted into a jet term, but so what happens to the client's cash value if they convert it from a whole life to a term?
Depending on when it's converted, the cash value, I believe at that time would just be the surrender value and would go back to the client.
Okay.
But again, it's really with the conversion privilege, with the term and the whole life, being that the initial risk class is huge. I'll take myself, for example. A couple of years ago, I suffered a brain aneurysm, and so I'm uninsurable. But fortunately, I have a term plan that was issued at preferred rates. So I am, because I cannot go out and get more coverage right now, I've got that term plan. I can convert to a whole life plan down the road. So it's really important. Okay, back to the simplified issue. Simplified issue, when you're completing the EAP process, what's great about this is it's going to actually give you rounding choices as well. So for this client, this is a 69-year-old female, and the monthly premium would have been $53.41 for her $10,000 of coverage. We can actually show the ability to round up to $55 a month or to $60 a month. So you can see it goes, you know, by rounding up $1.51 or $1.59, it's going to purchase another $313 of coverage. If we go up to $60 a month, it's going to purchase almost $1,300 more of coverage. So it's if you elect to stay with applied for, you elect choice number 1, or you can elect choice number 2 or choice number 3 right there on the screen. Now, one other thing that we do have available is true Social Security billing. So if your client is receiving Social Security, we can match the draft date with the date that they're getting their payment. So if they're getting paid on the 1st or the 3rd or the 2nd, 3rd, 4th Wednesday, indicate that on the application. We will draft the same day as the check is deposited. So you don't have to worry about the lapse in time between us, them getting the check and us going out to draft. That's definitely going to help with your persistency on the simplified issue. You also have the ability to save age if you've got a client that is crossing over for their next birthday. All of our plans are actual age, so you do have the ability to save age through the EAP as well. And that's a definite benefit. Could definitely save the client money in the long run by saving age. So quoting our products, you have a couple different ways to quote the products. Right now, you can go out to rnaquickquote.org and quote through a website. You can go out to the Google Play Store and download the Agent Access application, or Apple iTunes. It is also available on iTunes. So Agent Access is the name of the app. You've got everything right there in the palm of your hand. So you can quote your clients right there through a mobile app. You've got the calculator available. You also have the ability to view pending business. So any pending business that may be out there, that is updated 4 times a day. So if a requirement comes in, you can see that that will be received off right there on your mobile app. Now, sales support's available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central. That's Monday through Friday. They are located not only here in Mesa, but also in Rock Island as well. So we've got individuals that are on the phones bright and early out here in the desert, and then 8 a.m. Central Time as well. So anything that you need as far as forms and supplies or product questions or anything that would pop up, you've got me as a resource. You also have our sales support team as a resource. Take down that number. That's the 800 number will get you into everybody. Contracting, commissions, new business, and sales support all use the same number. Option 1 is going to be your agent line. Option 5 is going to be your sales support line. A little late for this year to qualify, but our trip for next year will be at the Fairmont in Banff in Alberta, Canada. 80,000 production credits. So right now your simplified issue is dollar for dollar. So if you were to write 80,000, you'd be heading to Banff at the Fairmont Banff in Alberta, Canada for our agent trip. So any questions from anything that we've gone over today?
Any further questions, guys?
Yeah,
Yes, I have a question.
Ladies first. Go ahead, Renee.
You mentioned at the beginning that we have to meet qualifiers in order to remain active. What are those qualifiers?
Okay, let me slide back up to that slide. Give me 1 second here. So persistency, our 13-month persistency has got to be 60% or above. Your activated ratio, which is the number of applications that come in the door that actually get activated, has to be 50% or above. And then the not taken early lapses, those that are falling off in the first month, or excuse me, the first year, or not taken, is 35% and under. And you're always going to have access on your dashboard. Your dials will appear as soon as you log into your dashboard. So anytime you're going out to the EAP, doing EAP, you're going to see those metrics right in front of you.
And what's the length of time that we have to have that persistency over? Is it through the year, or is it like a 6-month time frame? I mean, what type of?
It's a rolling 12 months.
Okay.
I think somebody else had a question. Thanks, Mike. Thanks
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Chester, did you have another question? I thought that was you or somebody else.
Yeah, it was me. I was going to ask him to explain a little more about the protected age. Like, what does that mean?
I'm trying to recall where I might have brought that up. So actual age, or save age, is that what we were talking about? Okay, so yeah. If my client has a birthday and they're 70 right now, and their birthday is December the 1st, okay, if they don't draft until after the initial draft, they don't draft until after December the 1st, then they would actually be 71 at the time that goes into force. So we can actually save age so that the policy would be issued as if they were 70 today. We would draft one additional premium, and then they would keep the same premium rate. So it's basically, you have to do the math on it to see what the difference is in premium over the course of time. If it's a $5 a month difference in premium, I'm just throwing numbers out, or a 50-cent difference in premium. If it's 50 cents, they probably don't want to worry about saving age.
What is the time frame from? I know some carriers have like 30 days within their birthday will automatically be rated at the following age. What is the time frame for Royal Neighbors?
We are actual age on all of our products.
Okay.
So that's a great question. It's not nearest age at all. So you don't have to worry about trying to do the math and going back and figuring out what age they are. It's always going to be actual age.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Sure.
My name is Tariq. I'm sorry. I'm a total rookie in the business. So please forgive me if this is not a very intelligent question. This could be a very silly question, but my question is, are there any riders or add-ons on these products?
There are more so on the jet products and the single premium than there are on the simplified. On the simplified, we do have our accelerated living benefit rider available. So life expectancy 12 months or less, or permanent confinement into a nursing home. That rider is available, no additional charge. In most states, available in most states, it's always at no additional charge. On the jet products, you have your critical, chronic, and terminal illness riders available in most states. I've always got to throw that caveat out there, at no additional charge. We also,
and your applications are state specific as well, correct?
Correct. Well, yeah, depending on where it's at. If you're doing an EAP, it's automatically going to pull the correct forms. Yeah. If you're going through the agent portal, you'll select the state and then it'll match your state and those forms.
I just wanted to mention that because of, if you write your first app and it is paper, that you guys are making sure you're getting state-specific applications. I was able to, I started digging into this a little bit ago. On their website, guys, you will find, it's kind of a breakdown. I think I might even have it here. It's a breakdown of all the stuff that Mike is speaking of. Mike, I'm not going to plaster you and ask you to send that out to me, but anything that you have that can be, simplify this thing, I can send it out to the team or PDF it, put it on our Slack, whatever the case is. But most of the stuff can be done. You'll be able to find a lot of stuff that Mike's talking about on their website. And when I called into customer service, like they answered right away the information I requested or whatever, they were able to get it to me right away as well. So customer service is fantastic.
Good to hear.
Yep. Any other questions for Mike? Anything else? All right, Mike, if you can give me back hosting for you, you run off on us.
Okay, how do I do that? You tell me how.
God, you should be able to click on participants.
Okay.
And then when you click on that, you're going to find Family First Life Genesis, not the one that says Mac, the other one.
Okay, Corey, and then more.
Yeah, and then click on the participants, click on my name, and then you should see make host.
There we go.
Perfect, and I see it on there, and let's see. Yep, I got it back. Let me do this, that way we can see each other and give you a proper farewell here. Let's see, screen. There we go. Perfect. Mike, first of all, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for pouring into us today. Guys, do you have any more questions before we let Mike go? Anything at all? Well, Mike, we appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. If there's any content or anything like that you think would be important that you could send to me, I'll disperse it out to the team. We hope you have a very, very happy day.
Quick question, man. Just want to bring this light. Mike, if you could, you basically, if I write a policy on December 1st and that policy doesn't issue until December 10th, does that agent still get paid or does it have to wait till after December 10th?
It's going to go as of the issue date.
Okay. Gotcha.
They'll get, you write it on the 1st, 10th, the effective date, you're going to get paid technically on the 11th. Or 12th.
Real quick, the couple different things I failed to point out on the final expense. No height weight chart. Okay. So we accept bobs. Everybody knows what a bob is? Big old boy.
Big old boy.
Okay. TIA, a TIA is a mini stroke and not a full-blown stroke. And we take diabetic neuropathy.
The height weight thing is great because we do run into that for sure.
Under talls.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you. I had a client that I submitted an app for, and through the tool that I use, all the medications, and she had a stroke back in 2000. Everything showed as being accepted through Royal Neighbors and qualifying. But for whatever reason, they denied her anyway. If I get the MIB, what is the reconsideration process?
You can reach out to me and I can work with underwriting and see.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mike, not putting you on blast. Is there a phone number that you can be reached at, or would you rather us just go through the 800 number you provided earlier?
The 800 number, and then my extension is 2509-2509. And that rings right in.
2509.
Yes. So 800-770-4561 and then 2509. Corey, I'll shoot my contact info over as well. That has the direct dial, which is, it's the same number. It's a 480. It's a Mason number.
Okay. I think I got all your stuff written down from the emails.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but I'll get it out. I'll shoot that. I don't know if all of that was is that all that in your email?
It should be down in the signature process.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Or in the,
okay, I'll get it out.
down in my
800-770-4561.
Or 480-970-2509.
Okay. Hey guys, also on FFL-Go, if you click on Royal Neighbors, go down to the bottom, the numbers are down there as well, just in case you forget. Perfect. Any more questions for Mike? Going once, going twice.
Thanks again, everyone, for having me
Oh, thank
today.
you,
It's
Mike.
been a pleasure. Have a great Thanksgiving and a wonderful holiday season with you and yours.
You also, Mike. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and go through our recognition. Again, I just want to give, before we get too far into that, Jose, are you still on? I thought I saw you get on. I thought I saw Jose get on. Okay, maybe he's not, but I thought I saw Jose get on this morning. It is his birthday, but no sense in telling somebody happy birthday that's not on. So anyway, I thought I saw him on there. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, go through the content pretty quickly, just so you guys know there are a couple of wrinkles, if you will, of what's some things to come. So go ahead and get into here really quickly. All right. So HCMS, as you guys know, week in and week out, as you're getting your carriers, please make sure you're entering them into HCMS. You can go on our website, fflgenesis.com. There's videos out there if you don't understand how to enter in your codes. There are several companies that you'll have to send over to Amy. As those codes are coming in, we'll let you know what those are. Producer bonus, 30,000 and above. Issue paying 30,000 or more in a month is a $500 bonus. 40K or more is $750. 50K is $1,000. Goes all the way up to $6,000 bonus. And believe it or not, people hit these things month in and month out. Now, here's one of the new things that's coming out, brand new website coming out in December. So they're revamping, kind of cleaning up the website, getting it into the 21st century, if you will. And it's necessary to clean your website up every now and then. So that is coming. Be looking for that. As soon as it hits the streets, I'll make sure that you guys are aware and caught up. Here, just in the last couple of weeks of this, if you are a WorkSpots member, please make sure you just literally write a review, what you think about WorkSpots. Screenshot that review before you hit submit, send it in to Fabiana, and you'll get a 25% discount that you can use any time of the year on all internet leads. But obviously this stops at the end of the year. December 31st is the last day that you can use that. Very simple way to get 25% off on your leads. Simply all done by QR code. All right, we have a December 14th and 15th, we have the next level training. We've got 7 people that have signed up for it already. One of the new things that I was just telling you about, the company is actually putting together a training that all new agents will be able to go through. Talk to leadership about this. We're not sure what that training is going to look like. Is it all virtual? Is some of it in person? We'll continue to have these, so we're going to have it in December. This one in December because it just makes sense. But after that, we'll kind of take it, reassess it, reevaluate. And if it makes sense for us to continue our next level, we will. December 14th, 15th, right here in the St. Louis office. Please RSVP. Just send me a Slack message or email saying you'll be attending. All right, so our meeting schedule. Still get a lot of questions on our meeting schedule, what's going on with it. I will go through this very quickly. Mondays and Thursdays are dial days. Please try to get yourself into an office. If nothing else, just dial in, especially if you're new or you're afraid of the phones. This is a great opportunity for you to hear some of the top producers across the country that are making dials. I know I hop on there every Monday and Thursday, and it's only 25, 30, 40 people on there, which is kind of crazy, but we can't force you guys to do it. But if you want to get better, that's the place to do it, because you can ask questions of the people that are writing 20, 30, 50, 60,000 a month. We have an onboarding and recruiting meeting every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. And that meeting, if you're new and you're trying to get through the licensing process, it's a great meeting for you to be a part of. The second part of that is if you're wanting to build an organization, it's a great meeting for you to be a part of. One of my favorite meetings that we have, because that shows we're building, we had 16 people in that meeting just a few days ago, which is pretty cool, because that means there's 16 people here that want to build a business, which is pretty cool. We'll support you guys with the interviews. We'll support you guys with the onboarding and everything else, but we want to make sure that you make the process as simple and clean as you possibly can moving forward. Thursdays. So I think this is a pretty good call to be a part of. If you can hop onto it, it's all of Velocity gets on, and you hear people. Yesterday, Jake Conan was on. Jake is getting ready to write $1 million, I think, for the second year in a row. The guy lived in Montana, for God's sakes, and just moved to Ohio to build a business. But the guy's literally writing $1 million a year on his own pen. He poured into all of us yesterday. It was an excellent call. I'm sure you can find it on social media somewhere. But those are great calls. It's if you're needing motivation, or you're getting beat up on the phone, or maybe out in the field, you'll get on there and hear you're not the only one, and you're going to hear people winning across the country, which can be very helpful. Of course, we have our meeting today. You guys all know what this is all about, so I'm going to continue to move forward from here. And then tomorrow's training, Saturday, is put on by yours truly, 8:30 Central Time. You can ask whatever question you want. If I don't have the answer, I'll get it for you. But we cover everything from the CRM to, maybe positioning, lead strategy, phone scripts, how to disposition leads, all of that stuff. 8:30 on Saturday, you can hop on and hop off. But we're here to, as you guys can see with the meeting structure we have, we're trying to make sure that if you need anything, you have it. And we have a meeting structure that's strong and a foundation that will help you guys build and grow. All right, my favorite part of the meeting is getting into recognition. So our string program, for those of you guys that are new, just check out Slack. You'll be able to see what that is, but it's the number of weeks a session that you're actually helping families. So, so far, 2 weeks, Amy Hillier. So congratulations, Amy. Bob Funk, that's down there in Richmond, Texas, 2 weeks in a row. Kevin Gilbert, 3 weeks. Michael Salazar, 3 weeks. Paul Zimney, 6 weeks in a row. Alex Vogt, 7 weeks. Christy Polsak, 7 weeks. Ramon Santana, 8 weeks in a row. So it looks like he's on his way to being our next king of string. Mariana Bilo, as I mentioned, this is her 13th week. So congratulations, Mariana. Over $40,550 submitted business, 39 families protected, and still rest of the week to finish up. So Mr. Pitts, 13 weeks. He was our most recent king of string, 16 weeks in a row that he's protected families. Renee Barker, 30 weeks in a row that she's protected at least one family. Congratulations, Renee, continuing. I know your string will continue next week. Tim Bilo, don't even know what to say about that. 39 weeks in a row is simply fantastic. And the great one, Mark Williams, 43 weeks in a row. Great to see you yesterday, Mark. Continue with the consistency. 14 agents, or teammates, if you will, have protected families at least 2 weeks in succession. Reference to our numbers last week, we'll start at the bottom here from a number's sake. Mr. Zimney, 310. Salazar, 387. Bryant Magala, 759, one family protected. Mariana, 1186, 2 families protected. Kelly Bain, who I think you guys are going to see a lot more of here in the coming weeks, 1696 with Mutual of Omaha. Got Amy Hillier getting on the board again, continuing her string of 1704, 2 families protected. Kevin Gilbert, 1729. Gregory Pitts up there in good ATL, 1757. Ramon Santana still, even though he's not feeling well, goes out and protects a couple families, 2149. Nice job, Ramon. Alex Vogt, looks like you guys are usually right, one over the other. So master and teacher there. But Alex, great job there. $4,061 with 5 families protected. Christy Polsak, fantastic week, Christy, $4,142. We got Renee Barker again, always in the top 5, 4228 with 5 families protected. Bob Funk, first time he's been in the top 3, $4,482 down there in Texas, 3 families protected. And these two are always number 1 or number 2. Renee, Tim, and Mark are always battling it out. Tim, very solid week, 4781. Even though he was in Arizona, went and spent some time with family, he still put up $4,800. Well done, Mr. Bilo, with 5 families protected. And of course, Mark, the great one, 4854, 6 families protected. That brings our total to the week, which of those of you guys that are new, our weeks end on Wednesday. So Wednesday is our Friday. So this is technically Tuesday. Hopefully that fits into your head, but that's how we do things here. 38, 7, 57, 41 families protected for the week. In reference to our top 3, as you guys have just seen, Mark at 4154, Tim Bilo, 4781, and then we've got Bob down there in Texas at 4482. Well done, you guys, for being in the top 3. Through 2 weeks, issue paid numbers. So basically, guys, if you just take these numbers and add 2 more weeks to them, it looks like we're going to have several people that are going to be well over 20K, which is fantastic. And I think it's going to be our best month for that, with the number of 20K riders that we'll have for the month and above. So we got Ramon sitting at 2757. We got Natasha, who's just getting started. Congratulations, Natasha, 2832. Walter Spann up there in Chicago at 3347. Tim Bilo, 3957. Alex just continues to be in the top 10 every week, week in and week out, month in and month out at 4209. Gregory Pitts, 4756. Paul Zimney working on his best month ever at 5443. Then we've got Mariana is off to a very, very solid start, on pace to write over $20,000 for the month of November. Don't let Thanksgiving get you. 8545. Well done for the first 2 weeks issue paid, Mariana being in our number 3 spot. And Renee Barker just building a website, all the stuff that she's doing, recruiting like crazy, $9,422. So you're on pace for well over 20K, Renee, for the month again. Ended up over 20K last month as well. And then we've got Mark that's off to a blazing start, $11,581 so far for the month, 2 weeks in, issue paid. Here are our numbers for the first week, let's just call it 48,000 with 22 riders. We added 2 more riders this week. We only issued about $25,000, so I know that'll go up, but I just want to give you guys full perspective of where we sit. This will also be posted on Slack. That way you guys can see what's going on here. As we move forward, yesterday, obviously it was dial day. I came in with 222, did an app over the phone, which was great. Walter Span up in Chicago, 483. And of course, Miss Mariana continues her string and becomes our next queen of string at 527 with one family protected. Now, this will also be posted on Slack, the levels, if you will. I'm only going to cover the first 2. The more you see this, the more it'll make sense. When you issue pay 10,000, whether it's in a week or a month, you are considered a bronze level producer. 15,000 is silver, 20,000 is gold, etc. So let me give you an example. No, this is going to happen with at least Renee, Mark, and looks like Mariana as well. They'll all be gold level producers for the month. If you do it in a week, then obviously that's how that works. Okay, let me give you the recognition there. It's coming up. I think we have a week or 2 left. I know Tim and I were talking about this. I thought I saw December 8th. I could be wrong. It's either December 1st or December 8th that this ends. But when you issue pay 45,000 or more with Americo, you'll get an 8% bonus on everything that you have on the books. Plus they give an extra credit or whatever for you see the CBO 50 continuation payment protector and etc. So if you have any more questions about this, please check with your business partner, if you will, that can walk you through that. We've talked about this and we'll keep posting it. We want to get as many people there as we can in Miami, the 2nd through the 5th. You do not want to miss this event. You hear the impact that it's had on just a few of the people that we had go. But what a great way for you to meet other people in beautiful Miami. Most of us here are in the Midwest when it's going to be super cold there here in February. So get yourself registered, fflconvention.com. Go ahead and start booking your hotels. I'm telling you, it's going to be a life-altering, life-changing event for your business. Work spots, this will be my last plug of work spots, and then I'm going to call on the leadership to give a key action idea or just some positive news or whatever before we let everybody go. Work spots, $99 a month. Plug yourself into an office. I know I usually call on Mariana for this because she's the one that's traveled 3 hours to go to an office, and that just happened to be her best week, which was, I think, week 7 of her string, 11,613. I believe there was 11 families protected that week for her when she plugged herself into an office. It's so important to keep yourself next to the fire. At these offices, you're able to print. You're going to get, additional lead discounts. They've also partnered us with National Enterprise Rental Car, where you get 50% off. They cover the insurance and everything else. It's pretty crazy. So before I swing to leadership, does anybody have any questions about anything that I covered, went over? Does anybody have anything they'd like to add before we call in leadership? All right, perfect. We'll go back in the same order. Mark, any key action ideas or anything that you would add for good news?
I would just say stay focused. We're halfway through the month. We have a holiday next week, but like Tim said earlier, don't let that stop you. Just continue to press on. People still need help no matter what time of the year it is. So you're competing with Christmas dollars this time of year, sure, but we have flexibility with our applications to extend payments out and that sort of thing. So just accommodate your client. You still want to serve them, do the right thing. But don't just pull back because it's holidays. Keep on pressing.
Appreciate it, Mark, and well said. Let's go, Pitts. We still have you. Any key action ideas for your teammates? Gregory going once, twice. All right, Renee.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little to people that are either new or that have been here a while and maybe not putting up the numbers that they would like to put up. I've had quite a few calls the past couple of weeks, and I just want to say that you have a support system here. You have a whole team of people that want to see you succeed. We all succeed in this together. And like Corey always says, iron sharpens iron. So if you are not feeling secure in what you're doing, or if you feel like you're not doing the numbers you would like to do, reach out, because if we don't know that there is a need, then we can't help you. That's first and foremost. Number two, there are tons and tons and tons of videos that you can watch to tailor make your own way of doing things. You know, you may not connect with one or two people that you watch a video on, but keep watching them, because there's going to be somebody that you're going to connect with and that you're going to feel is, you know, more of your natural style, if you will, and you can put things together to make it your own. And you just, if you're not feeding yourself, you're never going to get better. So you got to keep digging in, be on these calls as often as possible, and just, like I said, reach out and let somebody know, hey, I'm struggling. Figure out a plan of action where you can implement to make something better every day. Even if it's one thing a day that you're working on, you will be more likely to succeed.
Well said, Renee. And I know a lot of people reach out to you because they respect the numbers and they see what you're doing. That's why they reach out. They want to have your success. And we say anybody can do it. Anybody can do it if they take the time to put the time into winning at doing this. So I'm not going to step on your feet, Renee. That was fantastic. And thanks for sharing. Ramon, if we still have you, any key action idea, and then we'll go Tim, and then we're going to go through numbers.
I just want to double down on what Mark said. Thought was great, but it is all about the clients. If you're not going out there and protecting these families that don't have insurance, or maybe they do and they have some sort of shady plan where they're not getting their money worth, it's your responsibility to go out there and make sure they're taken care of. What a better time than the holidays. So that's all I had to say. Everyone have
Awesome.
a good week.
Appreciate it, man. And then last but certainly not least, Bilo.
Guys, just stay steady with the task. You know, Renee kind of hit it a little bit, and you know, just wrap everything up. What Mark said, you know, was phenomenal as well. But you know, always remember this: if you don't design the day, you don't take from the day; it takes from you. So just figure out what it is you want to do. One of the things I do every night is I plan my day out for the next day. Because again, you know, if I'm just going in at haphazardly, you know, guess what's going to happen? Not much. Okay. So, you know, just get super intentional with your time because it's the one thing that you can't get back. So just really focus down and, you know, get on a schedule.
Awesome. Very good. So let's go back through. Same thing that we leadership, we've talked about doing this. So we're going to start doing this on Fridays on the meetings. Guys, this is no disrespect to anybody, but you know, a goal not written down is not a goal. And we never, I think I'm going to take responsibility for that. I don't think we talk about that enough. It's easy just to say, oh, I'm going to go out and help people. And then, you know, it just doesn't happen. So Renee, how many families will you be protecting this week? I don't care anything about premium, just the number of families you're going to help.
Well, I'm going to shoot for a minimum of 25 appointments. So I'm going to say a minimum of 15 to 20.
Okay. I like the 20 better, but okay. All right, Tim.
10 families this week.
10. Okay. Mark.
12 for me.
All right. Ramon.
I'm going to go with 8.
8. Okay. Alex.
Someone said 12, so 13.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Amy Hillier. Amy Hillier. All right.
Sorry, I couldn't get off. Sorry, I couldn't get off mute. Sorry about that. I don't have as many leads as everybody else, so I'm going with 5 or more if I can, but I can definitely get 5.
Got it. Brian Spagala.
5 to 10.
Perfect. I like the 10. Don't give me an option, guys. Don't give me an option because I'm going to go with the big one every day. Let's see. Andy Callis.
Well, I got a chunk of appointments today and tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get, I'll say 1 or 2, so you can round it up to 2.
For the week? The rest of the week?
The rest of the week, yeah.
Okay. We'll go with 2. I appreciate your honesty. Brandon. MLB.
If I grow up here to get on the phone, I'm going to do 3 to 5.
All right, we're going 5, brother.
Cool.
I appreciate it. Let's see who else you got. Chester, thanks MLB.
I'm gonna say
Chester going 1. There we go.
I'm gonna say 3.
Love it. See, Chester was going to say 3 to 5, and he was like, "I'm going to say 3" because he knew which one I was going to go. All right, superstar Kaylee, you got 10 appointments. How many families are you going to protect this week?
Man, I mean, I'm going in. I'm not even sure what I'm expecting, but I'm going to put myself on the high side. I'd really like to get 5 to 8.
Yes, 8. I didn't even hear you say 5. We're going 8. Natasha. Natasha going once, twice. Paul Zimney. Paul, once, twice.
Whoop,
3 times.
there I am.
There we go.
Six families protected.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Paul. I just saw your Slack message too. I'll get to you in a minute. Let's see. Got that. Ryan, do we still have you? Ryan V? I think that's Ryan. All right. Sarah K, I know you're going through licensing. Tariq, I know you're finishing up. Leadership, did I forget anybody? Anybody that's still on? I don't think I missed anybody. I got Brian.
Mariana.
Oh, there she is. I'm scrolling through. As soon as you said it. Mariana.
Sorry, I was having trouble with the mute. So right now I have 7 appointments, but I want to book a few more. So I'm just 7 to 10 right now.
You know I'm going to go with 10. Don't leave it up to me, y'all. All right, we appreciate it. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. I'm trying to scroll through this thing and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Anybody I missed? If I did, I apologize. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you got something out of Royal Neighbors today. A little bit different process, but just another arrow that you have in your quiver if you need it. Leadership, I appreciate all you guys are doing, what everybody's doing. If you guys need me, you know I'm here. Stay safe out there, guys. Don't let Thanksgiving get you. Don't get off track. Keep working. You're building a business. If you owned a Subway, a McDonald's, a dry cleaner, a laundromat, something like that, you would have to go in and check and make sure that everything is good. Don't shut your business down. Don't shut it off. I'm telling you, it's hard to get started back up. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all you guys do. Bye for now. Stay safe.
Bye.
Good luck, everybody.
Guys. Do.